We'll talk about random things like the weather, like
maybe God.
like cars and
Maybe.
stars
Wow.
and scars and SARS
And love.
and love and love. What you been doing every day?
Wait, is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let me be presentable.
Bro, I was just scrolling through my Facebook. Bro, I've been like waking up fucking late. Yesterday I woke up.
Put your face in a frame.
Sorry. Oh shit.
What happened?
No, it's like, the heck? Why is it asking me to share my screen?
Don't
Wait.
share screen.
No, I don't
Oh
want.
no.
How to make it full screen? No, I just took a snapshot. Fuck. Enter full screen. Okay, now I'm serious. What have I been doing every day, bro?
What's like the do you have a routine, or are you just like
I don't.
like messing, just freestyling every day?
Yeah, basically. I have a routine which I'm not following.
A morning one?
Yeah. Like ideally I want to be like waking up, going for a jog at least 10 minutes,
Yikes.
and then getting home and then doing some yoga or like working out. But I've only done it like twice this week. Maybe 3, I forgot. But yeah, like I've been sleeping in way too late. Like yesterday I woke up at 12. Today I woke up at 10. And yesterday was weird. I couldn't like fall asleep. No, I did fall asleep, but I kept waking up like 3 times in the middle of the night, which is really shitty. I couldn't sleep. And then
So,
basically,
like, are you going to sleep late, or are you just sleeping in so much that
like latest I'm sleeping is like 11:30.
That's crazy that you can sleep early and like sleep in when you wake up. I can
don't know
never
what it
do that.
is. I think I might be drinking like too much water, or like the water I'm drinking isn't very clean, because I keep needing to pee it out in the middle of the night. Like every night I've woken up because I have to pee.
Is needing to pee a bad thing?
When you're sleeping, it's not normal.
Really?
Usually your body, I just read this today, usually your body makes less urine, but it's more concentrated. So most people can just hold it in until they wake up. And that's why when you wake up, you have to go piss. Or for me, like, it wakes me up.
Damn, nigga. I didn't even know that.
And like, it's weird because it happens like on and off. Like, I haven't had it before this fucking coronavirus started until like 4 days ago. I've been home like 2 days, everything's fine, and then randomly.
Do you still have school stuff to finish?
Yeah, bro. I have like
are you dodging it too?
Oh yeah, like
it's like so hard.
Meetings. I have a deadline tomorrow at noon that I've had all week to start. I haven't done shit yet, so I'm gonna do it right after this.
Bro, it's so hard. And it's funny because like we don't have to go to class, so it's like it's easier in a way because we have all the time in the world to finish them. We don't have obligation to go to classes anymore. But it's making it so hard. I mean, like in my head, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, bro. It feels like we've been like this for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but we've only been here for like a week.
It's only been a week, bro. It feels like, yeah, that's the thing. It feels like it's been forever in like 2 days at the same time. It feels like it's been 2 years and 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I like basically so ideally I'm moving. I wake up late and then I'm like, fuck, I wasted like 6 hours. I could have woken up 6 hours ago. And then I do some movement, like I'll go for a jog, and then I get home, shower, do my meditation, and then I eat. I eat for like 2 hours, bro.
What do you mean?
Either I fast. 2 days I fasted till like 5, because I just wake up so late.
Wait.
Or else I'll just eat.
Hold up. It's gonna be the cover.
Or else I'll just eat. And food, man.
Oh, bro, it's funny because niggas are telling them not to eat as much because niggas might run out of food. I'm like, nah, bro, I've been eating so much.
I haven't been eating so much. I've been eating like the exact same amount. It's just like I've just been eating irresponsibly. It's It's like now that I know that like the shit might last for who knows how long. It's ambiguous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have fasted like I think 3 days, like 24 hours. But the days that I'm not, I'm like, bro, I'm just eating. Like I'm done my meal, and I'll just go to the pantry, get something.
Get some else, yeah. Bro, what have I been doing? I've been doing like the same things, but like in different order. But literally, it's been the same thing. So like, I'll wake up.
Yeah, same shit.
I've been waking up, and then I'll be like in bed for a bit. Like I'll read. Oh, we could talk about that book because that book just just added on to my meditations. We could speak about that because I've been doing that a lot. Yeah, I'll wake up and I'll like some days I'll be go on my phone. Some days I'll just go shower. Some days I just won't shower at all because I have nobody to see. So it's like
Yeah.
even when I have people to see, I'll be skipping showers. So it's like when I don't have people to see, like what the fuck you want me to do? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Definitely
100%.
go skip that shit, nigga. Anyways,
Same.
and then I'll do that, and then I never skip meditation though. Throughout all the stupid shit I will do, like in the day, because like, bro, I've been I've been high every day this week. Every day I'll just pack one anywhere between 12 and 2, and then smoke it and be good for the rest of the day. So what I'll do is when I'm high is like I'll listen to an album, I'll listen to music. Sometimes I crack and beat my meat. Uh, and then if I've been watching a lot of movies too,
Mm.
and then in between all that, I'd never miss like the meditation stuff.
Wow.
So like I don't know how my brain is handling this because one moment it's like being overstimulated
Yeah.
to the maximum, and then the next moment it's like okay, we sitting down, calm,
Yeah.
okay, and then next moment it's
You're
getting.
like reward. Need some
I
reward.
still feel like the balance is fully off because it's like what's 30 minutes of meditation compared to 90 plus minutes of just like eating, binge watching, and like all of that.
I mean, bro, at least you're sitting down for 30 minutes. Like, how many people do you think are just like on Netflix
That's true.
and just eating? Like you see on Twitter, like I can already tell like these people that's all they're doing,
Yeah.
scrolling Twitter, and that's it's tricky too because like you start to realize that that's also a part of your sadhana is like, fuck, I'm sitting down, but how much is transferring over to my real life?
Yeah, I think that's a big aspect that I think you develop later on. The thing about that book is, by the way, we're talking about the mind illuminated by I don't know whom. I'll
Mm.
link it. Random book I found. I was just following a bunch of Reddits about like meditation and spirituality and shit. And then Mind Illuminated was one. I thought it was just the name of the subreddit, but it's a subreddit made for like as a fandom for the book itself. And then
Oh,
through that, I was like, what are they talking about? Because they kept bringing up like terms and shit that I didn't understand. So then I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, this is an actual book. And I found a PDF online. And it's basically a guy who I think for the first bit of his life, he was a neurologist. So, and then he got into meditation afterwards. I'm not sure of his biography. He doesn't really talk about it that much. He just says that he studied neurology and then now he's into meditation. And the way he breaks the book down is like it's ideal for someone who is like in our situation. I mean, ish, because we have data ish to keep us on track. But like when in your day to day, you're not in a like monastery, you're not in a
yeah,
place that is dedicated to this where you have a teacher with you always that meditates with you and corrects you all the time.
that's like
So like
forcing it.
yeah, right. So the book basically breaks it down into 10 stages. That's the image. You know the image of the guy on the road with the elephant?
No.
The one I posted on the archives. And you were like Tibetan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's from
That's
that book. That I don't think it's from that book, but I think the book like uses it
Mm.
to show the thing. And basically just 10 stages. And at first, like the elephant is being controlled or walked by the monkey mind, blah, blah, blah. And eventually you catch up and then you clean it. It goes from black, a bunch of symbolism shit. But it's basically, he breaks it down so well that you can understand in your meditations where you're at specifically on the 10 stages. Like after reading it, and then I've been meditating after reading it, and I'm like, okay, I can easily tell where I'm at right now. So I'm in stage 3, which is where, and I think you're there too, because we basically kind of like align in terms of like progress,
Yeah.
where
The
you're,
plateau's fucking heavy though. Like,
oh yeah. Bro, it becomes more, everything becomes more subtle because
yeah,
like the way stage 1 is setting up the practice, so just making sure you do it every day. Stage 2 to like 4 is basically all the same thing, but it keeps on building. Like it's just things getting more subtle.
yeah,
So stage 2 is, for the most part, you're on your meditation object, and you don't forget it as much. Remember when you used to forget to watch your breath?
crazy.
Yeah.
You'll come back like 5 minutes later. Oh shit, that's
Yeah, the
just
waking up.
thinking about some other shit or fucking.
After reading that, I realized, and then I switched from abdomen to nostrils, and it's actually better because
Mm.
if you really pay attention to your nostrils, like you actually notice so many different sensations.
Like
And
some you can't name.
yeah, I had never like, because I've been doing the abdomen watching for like probably the past 2 months that I've been doing it. Because since like I discovered Ramdas, and Ramdas was talking about the beginner, but the beginner is just abdomen. That's when you're first starting, and you really need a cheap way to just, because you feel it, right? But after a while, it becomes so subtle when your breath becomes more like mellow
Mm.
and like very, very subtle.
Very, yeah, very like it's almost like you're not breathing.
Yeah. But if you're following your nostrils, I feel like you never really lose track of that.
Yeah, especially because it gets so subtle that I feel that like the more subtle you get in your breath, the more you feel it. Or me at least.
Yeah. And I used like, forgetting happened a lot when I did it with my abdomen. So when I did nostrils for the first time yesterday, actually, yesterday morning was my first time doing nostril in a long, long, long time. And the way he describes it is like, get very detailed about like your experience of breathing in and out. So like try to figure out when it stops, try to
Mm.
figure out how long it goes for, like figure out how long your in breath goes on for, figures out when it pauses, and figure out when your out breath, how long your out breath goes for. Like investigate it with curiosity. Like
Right.
it's your point of attention, right? And he talks about attention and peripheral awareness. So attention is what your mind is where your self-centered ideas come from, and peripheral awareness is just objective, like objectively speaking. Right now, your attention is on this call, but your peripheral awareness catches any sound that comes around,
Right.
and anything in your peripheral vision, anything in your like whatever's happening downstairs, whatever. If your mom calls you, you hear it.
The border
And
of the screen, all that.
yeah, so basically, what happens is while you're paying attention to your breath and your peripheral awareness, all these thoughts will come up, all these sounds will come up around you.
Mm.
And essentially, what happens when you forget is that your attention switches from the breath, and it catches something from the peripheral awareness, and then makes it the new
Yeah.
center of attention. And then sometimes your breath switches into peripheral awareness, and then it becomes a background thing, and then your job is to catch it again. So that's stage 2, when sometimes your attention will catch something else in your peripheral awareness. Your breath goes into peripheral awareness, and the thing it catches becomes a new center of attention. And then through time, it quickly fades out, and you forget about the breath completely, and then you remember. And then stage 3 is where you're at a point where you never really forget about your breath, but you still get distracted here and there.
Yeah.
So things catch your attention while you're watching your breath, and then you start to kind of fall off balance. And then I feel like that's where I am.
Yeah. And it's like you get to a point where you're focusing on your breath at the same time you're thinking about something that happened yesterday. And it's the exact same moment. It's like two awarenesses.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's like who's really thinking and who's really here.
But I guess that's what makes you more aware of like your thoughts then, because you're like, oh, because you can catch things as you're thinking them.
Yeah. Just gets more
And
subtle.
Yeah, and then becomes subtle and subtle and subtler and subtler and subtler. I don't really remember how stage 4 and shit works, but your one point in this, when you achieve one point in this, where the only thing in your head is just your breath, is
Mhm.
stage 6. So that's how far we are from actually achieving one point in this, in like of watching your breath, because the whole goal is the unification of the mind. So you don't have peripheral awareness and attention; they're both the same shit.
Mm.
So your peripheral awareness
Well,
and yeah, like your peripheral awareness and your attention is both on the same thing. I don't like it. I haven't gone to these parts yet, so I guess it gets more complicated, but not really. Um, and then from stage 7 on to 10 is when you just really just refine everything.
mm.
And then
Like you're super
stage,
close to God. You just have to like
yeah,
cut away the baggage.
it's so interesting because then I could see it as a game, right? So you're just
Mm.
beating levels, and then every time you go into meditation, you see it at, okay, now I just need to work on beating
XP.
this stage, you know. But now I just need to have my ego not come into the spot, so that when it gets,
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially have like when you have the book now and it's like you're using that as your reference point. It's like your ego's always going to be like referencing that. It's like, oh, this is where I am. I need to be there.
yeah. But it's been getting very interesting because like 30 minutes is becoming easy,
Mhm.
which is crazy because like 5-10 minutes used to, like, I forget. It's crazy because the progress you make is so subtle and gradual that you forget what you used to, this dumb small shit you used to struggle with. Like 10 minutes used to be crazy, remember? Now it's just,
It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna meditate today, and you're thinking you set a 5, and then you're like, should I go 10?
yeah.
That's too much. And I go like straight off just 30.
It's straight up 30. The only reason why I don't do over 30 is because the body pain becomes too much.
Yeah,
So my body is actually what needs to adapt so I can go for longer.
and that the thing is like what I through my experience of the past now, you never really like are ready for it. You just have to like break
You-
the wall.
Yeah. One of the stages that I think he talks about working with pain. So I think it becomes part of the whole practice to bypass the body's pain. I guess hatha yoga works with that, but like in the meditation too, there's a lot of things I guess exercise you could do with the pain so that
The
it can
most
aid.
simplest one is really like in Vipassana. What they say is they call it okay. I think on the like the fourth or fifth day they set like new rules. So it's like
Oh shit, say
on
what?
top of your meditation, it's like okay, don't move. It's called adityan. Do not change your posture.
Jesus
Do
Christ.
change your posture. Do not like, like don't change your spine. Just sit with it. Whatever the pain is, just sit with it. Do not move. And they say it, but it's like obviously you're gonna move the first day, first 2 3 days, but
Yeah.
then next day like you just sit through it for like maybe like 10 15 minutes in you'll not move, and then you'll move 15 minutes later, but that time even begins to like become insignificant
Did you
because
feel like you
I
were sorry, continue. You finish?
yeah, like when I was sitting on my heels, I would start to lose the blood on my at my feet, and then
Yeah.
and you would just not feel it, right? And then I would just move it like fuck, can't take this anymore. But then one day I finished the whole hour without moving, and the only difference is that I couldn't stand up for maybe an extra 2 minutes because I
Yeah.
just had to let the blood flow back.
Yeah.
So the consequences were not that heavy at all.
Hmm. Cause
That's what I learned.
I guess that answers my question because I was gonna ask you, did you ever get to a point where you felt like you were bypassing and like transcending the pain that you experienced? Like, because I know you get to a point where your body or your mind convinces you that like something bad's gonna happen if you
Yeah,
don't move, and then you get out of the meditation and your pain disappears in like the first minute, and you're
and
just
it's
mad.
like sweet. It's so sweet. Like once
Yeah.
you're done, it's like oh, like I will show you suffering and the end of suffering. That's exactly what.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? Yesterday, I think, I sat like cross-legged in Burmese, and like my knee just really started to fucking hurt. Like it's not this, it wasn't the same pain as sitting in Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I have that range of motion, whereas it was just the blood getting cut off. But when I was sitting in Burmese, it's like my joints are like really just like grinding against each other, and it's just statically staying in that same position. So you, like, I was just rushing my meditation. I'm like, fuck, okay, let me get past this. Let me get past this. Let me get past this, instead of
Yeah.
just with the feeling. But I
Burmese
guess
is interesting because Burmese, like, sometimes I'm like, bro, is this even is this good for my knee or not? Like, I get so scared. But I don't know. I don't know. I like when I get out of like when I get out of it, it hurts for like 2 minutes and then the pain completely leaves. So I don't think it's really bad.
have you been like moving at all, like any exercise?
I did yoga this morning.
Nice.
I do a small there's there's a asana set, a set of there's a set of asanas in the Be Here Now, and it's like very basic stuff that you can't like excuse yourself out of.
Mm.
And then if I have time, there's like, you know, yoga with Adrian. I'll link it. Cool shorty on YouTube. She has this 45-minute full body like set that I followed once, and it felt very good for the rest of the day. I felt sore, like as if I went to the gym. So I was like, okay, so there's definitely strength training in this.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I just like doing that, following the breath, the nose specifically, the breath through the nose. Uh, these are like some of my first experiences, like being completely focused and alert of the breath going in and out of my nose throughout the entire 30 minutes. Like I never forget.
Mm.
Like I just noticed this this morning that like it stays in my awareness throughout the entire meditation. So I guess it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But excitement is bad, so
Yeah.
let me not get excited about it.
I'm watching you right now, like, yeah. But then
Yeah. Like, yeah. But I'm only on stage 3 out of 10, and it gets slower. Oh, and by the way, in that image, the space in between each like thing is roughly showing you how long it'll take to progress from one to the other. So from stage 1 to stage 2 is a big space. Stage 2 to stage 3 is a big space. 3 to 4 is a small one.
Mm.
It actually gets smaller and smaller
Wow.
the higher you get. Because then you're kind of just cutting off like the little.
It's so subtle that you're quicker to catch things. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it makes it easier to plateau also.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe.
you've been reading anything?
Nah, bro. I've actually not been reading this. Cause I like it's pretty bad habit, but I only ever really read on the bus.
On the bus, yeah. I have the thing open all the time because since it's an ebook, I have the PDF file open all the time. So anytime, like I'll open it randomly and just read a few sentences. But book wise, I haven't really read anything. I've been reading Zen Mind Beginner's Mind again, but
Yeah, I'm kind of getting like not sick of Homo Ludens, but it's just so fucking dense that like I don't want to read it.
yeah, it's too like it's like full, like it's like studying kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's just like, there's nothing. It's like it's like school. Like this is what you're learning today. You're interested. Like it's not even pulling me in really.
They read something else.
Yeah.
We need to read the same book. So
Huh?
we need to read the same book at the same time so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Start reading the book.
Which one?
I'll send you a PDF.
Oh no, I don't want to read that, bro.
Why?
I want to. It's a fucking textbook. It's like 500 pages. Because when I read something, I want to finish it.
Yeah, you're gonna finish it. There's a lot of illustrations, bro. Like there's a lot of like I'm already on page 130 and I started like 2 days ago.
But you're faster reading.
No, 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 no.
Bothered.
Take in, you will read 5 small 100-page books and then not read one 500-page book because you want to finish it. Suck my dick, nigga. No, read it. It's gonna be very informative.
I already have you to inform me on it.
So you go read.
I've
Not like it's an obligation to read, but did you have anything in mind?
I have a few books in mind. That's the thing. I want to like get back on my health shit. I'm trying to read this.
Did you ever finish the Paul Chek book?
No,
Oh, that's the one.
bro, it's a textbook. Like, literally, I looked at his course to become a Czech practitioner, and the prerequisite for his level 1 is this book, and it's pretty dense. Like, most of it is practice, not even like. So it's like you have to do it. Yeah. And I also have the Bruce Lee book. One sec.
BLB.
This I think I'm gonna start reading in the summer.
Nigga, you can read this, but you can't read the book. Nigga, this shit thick.
It is, but this is like practice. It's like, and it's a lot of theory too.
Bruce Lee. Is it like philosophy? Is it just specifically like physical training that he went through or whatever?
There's physical training for sure.
Because I know he was big on philosophy and shit.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a bunch of philosophy in here. There probably is, like, little tidbits. The pursuit of strength is number 1. The Tao of flexibility.
Ooh, Tao.
Oh, I love that word.
Oh, triggered.
Tao. It's funny. I was listening to that yesterday.
What?
Tao Te Ching.
You just listen to it?
Yeah.
It's not something I could just read. Like, I feel like I need to read it and then really just take in. Like, it's the simple shit that can be pondered on for days.
Forever, bro.
Literally 5 sentences, and you
but
can
also,
be like,
you get it quick. Like, you just get it right away. It's like, that's so obvious. It's like, it's funny because the first line is like, the old boy and the young master is synonymous with each other. Which I find
is that the first line?
It's not the first line, but it's definitely like in the first page.
Yeah. Nah, it starts perfectly. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. It's just a book of paradoxes, to be honest.
Yeah. Which is exactly this world of polarity.
Which is why everything is, because why is everything a paradox? Because everything is one, and if you try to separate it, you're gonna end up paradoxic because everything is one.
You listen to the podcast, right? The Makaj?
Oh, I didn't finish. I think I got on almost around where you got, but literally Enter the Void depicts it the same fucking way. Yeah. Where he dies, like, it's visually more, I think, potent than what the guy describes, because Enter the Void is a movie, so he has to show it visually and stylize it and make it all cool. But like, what happened? He died, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I've been this also. I've been here also."
But the way he
forgot
it was crazy. It's like,
oh yeah,
I got chills, bro. Like the intestinal wall, where he was just like, "No, I'm living. I want to live, and I will live no matter fucking what." And he keeps reaching down in his gut, just for strength. And then he hits the floor. It's like, "No, you're not going any deeper than this." And there's a voice.
Oh yeah, when the voice said, "Yeah, you're not winning this one."
No, you're not winning this. Like,
shit, bro.
Nice try, but no. And then he was basically dead. Like, he was in that space of oneness.
And he saw the souls. He saw other people's souls traveling through.
That makes me question, like, because he was saying, like, the body is
nowhere close. Yeah.
The agreement that the soul makes to fucking, that's the tuition.
Yeah, your soul makes an agreement with your body. He was saying that too.
To learn something very specific, and you choose your body, your birth, your parents, your birth time, place. And that makes you wonder, like how much of it is really our choice,
right?
Because even if he had the choice of like choosing the body, it's like, is there another hierarchy that's like, because if he's the soul and he's in that space where everything is just one and everything is just bliss, then why does he want to leave? And what else does he really need to learn?
Yeah, because he was talking about how his memories were getting That's the thing that's very similar to Enter the Void. How he was talking about he was seeing his memories in a non-linear way,
Mm.
all at the same time,
Yeah.
which is kind of what Enter the Void tries to depict.
Interstellar too.
Yeah. And he also said how it felt like all of it was being recorded and like registered and saved as if it was getting saved in the game. And it's like, what the fuck?
That times 7 billion people.
Right? Like what are we saving? And then fucking if you want to expand on that, there's a whole chapter in Autobiography of a Yogi where he breaks down the astral realm. Let me see if I can find it. Fuck. Like that. Like I read that and I was like, bro, this is way too intricate. Let me just find a random part.
Because they say there's like 113 realms. Or like, yeah, realms.
Yeah, I've read in the scriptures, Master went on, that God encased the human soul successively in three bodies: the idea or causal body, the subtle astral body, seat of man's mental and emotional natures, and a gross physical body. On earth, a man is equipped with his physical senses. An astral being works with his consciousness and feelings in a body made of lifetrons. A causal body being remains in the blissful realm of ideas. My work is with those astral beings who are preparing to enter the causal world. So
Angels.
his guru died, and then his guru just materialized himself in the astral world. And he was like, yeah, transition into the astral world. And now I'm helping astral beings transition into the causal world. And then basically the rest of the chapters in detailed, just describing what the astral world is like and what the causal world is like, and how people will go from physical to astral back and forth until they're done with their physical karma. Same way people could go from astral to causal until they're done with their astral karma, and then they have to deal with the very subtle causal karma, and then back into omnipotence and being one with everything. So there's basically three levels, three worlds. And he was in a planet, an astral planet. So there's astral planets, and I guess you could travel from astral planet to planet.
Bro, and
Like,
that makes me really think like if we really chose our incarnation and I was talking to Paloma and she was like, me, you, and her have like a certain like link in our chart where it's like that's like karmically like placed. Like she's never seen it before, and like it's
because
just
the reason why it seems so like it makes so much sense, because why is it that it was so easy for us to get so comfortable with each other so quickly when there's other people, no matter how much you want to, you can never really get there. It's almost as if like life itself is blocking you from having a connection because you're not meant to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
It's like,
always
no,
people you come
these
into,
people.
you can hang out with them every day, but you will never feel comfortable with them. Like you will never be able to vibe like that. And it's like me and you, it was just like, how did I make, like, yeah, Allah was talking to you and I was like, yo, sick fit. Fast forward, episode 51. You know?
The first day we actually hung out when you recorded the process, that was so easy. Like it was just like click, 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 click.
And it's like, yeah, because if you talk about that thing with Paloma, then it makes sense, because it's like, what if that's what's going on? It's like our link was supposed to happen depending on how things were positioned in the world when we were born. And it's like, even before we were born, this was always planned, because this is like what we need to go through before we go into the one. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, and in the podcast, he was saying, Makad Brooks was saying, I don't know if you reached it, but he was saying like, so May 20th, 2009 was when he had the parasite, and he had that experience when he died, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a year after, he went to India. He's not even like thinking about, oh, it's May 20th year after. Year after, he goes to India to meet some Vedic astrologer who reads like these Nadi scrolls, which were written fucking 2,000 to 5,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that everybody who goes to see these people, their names are on the scrolls. So the name Makad Brooks.
Oh no!
Like how that name is on that scroll.
That is so not Indian.
Huh?
So that is such not an Indian name. So how could it end
God,
up there?
fucking Makad Brooks. Those two names together, like like slavery had to have happened or some shit to like merge
Ah,
that last name with, like, and after, like, so
it's
so the
so
future's already
weird.
happened, and this is just like a recurrence somehow, I guess. And then he was saying that, like, after he was done, the guy, the astrologer, was like, be very careful while driving, which is the fucking worst thing because you're in a fucking
Because you
car,
have
and
to
this
drive.
guy who can tell the future is telling you be careful. And then the next year, May 20th, 2011, he got into a car crash and went
Mm.
into a coma for 3 days. And he had something similar to that same experience, exact same day, bro. And then he was basically like just pondering, like, huh, happened again. I'm fucking here again. I am. Life is teaching me another lesson. It's like, wake up. You're not doing what you're here to do.
Mm.
Better fucking start doing it now. And what he said, his like mission was to be is a story.
Oh, 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 oh God. It froze. Sorry. I was
Did
like,
you
oh
hear what
no.
he said? Or
Storyteller through
yeah,
music. Yeah,
yeah,
I
music.
heard that part.
He's in movies and like. So yeah, that's fucking trippy, bro. It's like, what are you? What was the agreement that you made with your body? Why are you down here?
And also, like, do these agreements have to do with why you were naturally like gravitated towards certain things when you're alive? Is it because that's what you were meant to do, and this is what your agreement made that you were supposed to become Sea Reaper Studios person who makes clothes? Like, was
I
that
think
an
I think there's a
agreement?
direct correlation because he was saying
Ah,
that you choose your birth time and place, right? And your parents. So it's like wherever that space and time that things are already happening,
so weird,
this is
bro.
where this is the time and place you're gonna take your first breath. And that moment, the stars will be in such an alignment that it will
Help.
perfectly help you, like you're gonna draw all these
Ah,
things that are necessary for you to reach that.
ah, ah,
Crazy.
ah. Let me add on to it. Okay. I can let's end with this. I'm gonna read like a page from this. Reading this, I was bro the entire time. Okay, picture me. This is me reading. Let me just show it. This is me reading this. Okay, this is me. Look at my face. Look at my look at my face, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
I know
Okay,
those, bro.
man as an individualized soul is essentially causal bodied. My guru explained. That body is a matrix of the 35 ideas required by God as the basic or causal thought forces from which he later formed the subtle astral body of 19 elements in the gross physical body of 16. The 19 elements of the astral body are mental, emotional, and lifetronic. The 19 components are intelligence, ego, feeling, mind, five instruments of knowledge, the subtle counterparts of the senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, five instruments of action, the mental correspondence for the executive abilities to procreate, excrete, talk, walk, and exercise manual skill, and five instruments of life force, those empowered to perform the crystallizing, assimilating, eliminating, metabolizing, and circulating functions of the body. The subtle astral encasement of 19 elements survives the death of the physical body, which is made of 16 gross chemical elements. God thought out different ideas within himself and projected them into dreams. Lady Cosmic Dream thus sprang out decorated in all her colossal endless ornaments of relativity. Beautifully worded. And 35 thought categories of the in 35 thought categories of the astral body, God elaborated all the complexities of man's 19 astral and 16 physical counterparts. By condensation of vibratory forces, first subtle, then gross, he produced man's astral body and finally his physical form. according to the law of relative, I'm so lost, by which the prime simplicity has become the bewildering manifold. The causal cosmos and the causal body are different from the astral cosmos and the astral body. The physical cosmos and the physical body are likewise characteristically at variance with the other forms of creation. And he goes on and on and on. Astral beings, astral desires center. Oh, this one is very interesting. Physical desires are rooted in egotism and sense pleasures. The compulsion or temptation of sensory experience is more powerful than the desire force connected with astral attachments or causal perceptions. So actually, our sense, our drive to, our temptations in terms of physical, like sensory pleasure, is stronger than the astral. Like we're at the weakest we are in terms of willpower against temptation, I guess is what he's trying to say.
Very gross.
Yeah. Astral desires center around enjoyment in terms of vibration. Astral beings enjoy the ethereal music of the spheres and are entranced by the sight of all creation as exhaustless expressions of changing light. Astral beings also the astral beings also smell, taste, and touch light. Astral desires are thus connected with an astral being's power to precipitate all objects and experiences as forms of light and as condensed thoughts or dreams. Now, causal desires are fulfilled by perception only.
Dreams.
The nearly free beings who are encased only in the causal body see the whole universe as realizations of the dream ideas of God. They can materialize anything and everything in sheer thought. Causal beings therefore consider the enjoyment of physical sensations and astral delights as gross and suffocating to the soul's fine sensibilities. Causal beings work out their desires by materializing them instantly. Those who find themselves covered only by the delicate veil of the causal body can bring universes into manifestation even as a creator, because all creation is made of the cosmic dream texture. The soul thinly clothed in the causal has vast realizations of power. The bigger you are, the more subtle it is, and the more powerful it is, and the easier it is to actually manifest your desires.
And
But the
even
less,
at that,
you, but I
and
feel
even
like
at
the
that
less you
stage.
act, huh?
Sorry, you go.
No, what was I saying? Um, yeah, and like I guess the more powerful you are in terms of materializing your desires, the less you'll want them, which is why they're more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you can create universes by sheer will, then it's like
Bro, you're just bored. It's like, let me create a fucking planet with fucking thousands of species.
yeah, I was dumbfounded reading that fucking thing. Cause it's like you want to not believe it, but like,
It's
you
so
know,
wondrous that like who's to say?
your intellectual mind doesn't want to believe it because it has no physical proof. But like when he breaks it down, it makes logical sense. You know what I mean? Like,
And also it's like, like the beings still have desires. Like,
they
like
still have
it
karma to work out. They still have shit to deal with. So it's like when you think you beat it when you finish with earth and like physical, but then your astral body goes into it. And if you don't want to deal with astral realm yet, you could just spawn back into
yeah,
bro.
I guess it makes so much sense. Cause
So he
like,
was yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
really
yeah.
think about it, it's like in those stages, like level one is here down on Earth, level two is astral, level three is causal. If at those two stages, you're so like your desires are still like present, getting past something that's so subtle is like imagine how difficult that is.
Mm,
But what if you're just like fuck it, let me come down here where everything is so fucking gross and matter is
more simple, I guess.
more simple, so you can transcend it easier and you can like what is fucking pleasure? What is a sensory pleasure when compared to like you can taste light? Nah, bro, that's tasting light is too good. Let me get down here so I can fucking just be like
Oh man.
to sex, which is so simple.
Yeah. And he's talking about how astral beings will live thousands of years, around 1,000 years before they die. And when they die, they transition just like as when we die, we go into the astral realm. When they die, they go into the causal realm. And then if they have shit unresolved from the astral realm, they just come back into the astral world. And then they can influence their bodies however they want in the astral realm because it's so beyond physical. Um,
And I feel like they can come down here too, like if they want.
yeah, I think you could
Form.
go between all three. I'm not sure.
In the advent of mystery, there like he was saying, like there's accounts of like Baba like just going off to meet these like random stranger that just it's like scary looking. He's like his body's like deformed, and every time they see him, Baba's like, "Turn away, I'll be right back." So they never get to see him.
Mm.
It's like they see a figure that is not fucking worldly, and next thing you know, he's gone.
Oh man.
And Ramdas talks about some spirit, some like angel. Forgot his name.
Oh yeah, Emmanuel is something.
Emmanuel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like his friend. I don't know. That
Yeah. Fuck.
it gets way too intricate. I just wanna just not suffer. You know? I'm trying to beat this level, you know? I'm trying to worry about beating this level. Cause right now, like I'm so far from that realm. Assuming it exists, so let's just play like let's just, assuming it exists, which I believe more and more every day, but I don't really care to like prove it or not prove it. It's like if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll figure out when we die. I don't think the point right now in the physical realm is to know if those things exist. I think it's to just master the physical realm while you're in it.
Mhm.
And then when you do, maybe you'll be more ready to handle the shit that comes after when you get over your attachment to the physical world. So right now we just need to worry about that, in my opinion. Because look at what we need to do so that we don't get caught up in it. We need to sit down and watch ourselves breathe so that we can stop getting so lost in shit. Like we're fucking ridiculous, bro. We're stupid. Like we're
And
nothing.
thinking about it now, it's like, oh, you're gonna fucking reach enlightenment. You're gonna experience death and come back in this realm. Wait till you taste light. You get fucking addicted to that.
Right.
You know? It's like, and then you get addicted to fucking watching yourself.
And then you get addicted to materializing universes.
Oh my
god. Oh god. There's a story where a guru materializes a temple for one of his disciples. I think it was Yogananda's guru. He was talking about his guru and how the guru materialized a temple, and he was like, yeah, it's just because in your last lifetime you really wanted this temple to become a thing, and no karma or desire goes unfulfilled. So in this lifetime I have to fulfill it for you so that you can get rid of that karma. So it's like every desire you have, bro. Law of attraction here. It's a law. Every desire you have. And I worded it perfectly, not to suck my own dick here, but I worded it perfectly last episode. Every desire or piece of karma you put out is like a boomerang that needs to come back. And you need to be here to catch it. You can't just leave and then have that shit just floating around. So that's why I guess we come back. It's like God's like, nah, bro, you threw all of these things out. I think you need to go back so you could catch them, and then just focus on not sending more shit out if you want to stay here and taste some light. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's end it here. 50 minutes roughly.
We were trying to do like 20. Fucking.
It's almost as if we're here physically. The quality of conversation doesn't change. The quality of conversation.
Dude, it's all in fucking hair, and you know what? We're connected. You know,
we don't need to be physically here to like connect. You know, like I feel like I'm in Nepean right now.
Dude, I don't fucking live in Nepean.
Oh, you don't?
Go there. I'll meet you there if you want me to, bro.
You don't live in Nepean. Where do you live?
Live in the south.
Nepean's not the south. Oh yeah. Whoops. See, I'm so connected to people in Nepean that I like. I'm mistaken. You know what I mean?
I'm so connected to everyone that you thought I was someone in Nepean.
Wow, dude. This is deep. We won't even be able to take the shortcut. I'm just gonna drop my tabs like tomorrow. Like I don't like we can't really do this because
Oh
52
yeah.
is probably gonna reach us in quarantine. So unless we do it over
Yeah,
Skype
I'll be
too,
down actually.
to do it on Skype.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll be tripping twice in the next 2 weeks
Okay.
because I said my mind on tripping tomorrow. I won't. Okay, no. Okay, I won't. I won't trip tomorrow unless I trip tomorrow and then we go on call in and just record it.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, because yesterday
Well,
was actually the 1 year anniversary of when we started, March 20th. Yeah, but we'll wait for episode 52
52.
since it's
Yeah.
like 52, I guess. 52 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Give.
I'm gonna fake goodbye, even though I'm gonna stay in the call after I'm done recording. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys for listening. Give us
Give us.
awareness of the breath.
And give
Give
yourself.
us, give us light. Give us a light ice cream.